Welcome to the Village Idiots podcast. I'm your Dungeon Master, Nathan. With me this evening, I have Jordan.
Hey.
Justin.
Hey, yo.
Nicole.
What's up?
And Emily.
Hello.
Good evening. We are a Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast. We're playing 5th edition. We name a Village Idiot at the end of every episode who has to do the recap on the next episode, and last week's Village Idiot was my lovely wife, Emily.
That's me.
Sorry, Drew. Drew was the idiot.
Wait.
That's also you. No.
Yeah.
So Emily, what happened last week?
So, in preparation for listening, in preparation for recording this, I listened to episode 24. I remembered none of it. So, here we go. We started by talking to Sokoba, I think, and we were telling them what we found, or we were telling them that we saw this big tent, and we were talking to Kelvin and Sokoba, and we were telling them that we saw the big tent, and they're hiding stuff. Wait, no.
No.
Sort of.
That happened like mid-episode.
That
we
happens.
did the sending stone.
Technically,
Sending
the
stone.
beginning of the episode was
The end of Never Have I Ever.
Oh, that's right. And
Agamir fucked up.
I managed to save face.
Yeah.
okay, backing up.
Backing up.
Backing up. All right, at the end of the last episode, or the beginning of the last episode, Reg was getting a little suspicious, or was like, "Did you poison me?" And we were like, "No, you're just really drunk." And he was like, "Cool," and that was it. We saved that encounter. We decided at the last minute to go ahead and let him take the sapphire, so we can figure out where it goes. We also found out the name of his employer, which is Mara Fordi.
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah. That's dope. Okay. That's his employer. So that's the person who's trying to bring Idrinden back. We now know. So we decided to let him have the sapphire so we can trace it and figure out where it goes and hopefully find Mara. Then what did we do after that? We left. We went home. We went to sleep.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
we sent a message to Tazvig.
We sent a message. Oh, that's right. We sent a message to Tazvig about what we found. We were like, hey, we had to send 25 words. I told him I loved him. And then he sent Ord.
Like literally seconds later, knock, knock, knock.
He was like, talk to Ord. We were like, okay. Ord showed up. We were like, terrifying. And then we told him everything we found. And then we talked to Sokoba and Kelvin. Yeah.
Because he brought us to them.
And we were like, hey, we're your honor guard. And these are all the things we found. And I didn't have to repeat myself. And we relayed all the information. And then Kelvin was like, yeah, let's just go in and just kill everybody. And we were like, that's really shitty. And we didn't do that. We ended up going with more of a plan where we were going to show up and pretend like we were there just to check up on everybody. And then also trying to look in the big tent. So we showed up and we talked to... starts with an S. I want to say it's Solus, and it never is.
Saloran.
In my head, he's Solus from Dragon Age.
I don't even know how I remembered that.
Saloran. So we talked to Saloran, who is clearly hiding something, and he didn't want to let us in the big tent. And then we told him we were going to come back and show him information about the next shade pocket. So he said, all right, well, we'll talk to you in a minute. Then we went and did a skill challenge to pretend that we cared. And we were successful. But then we saw somebody with a handcart running out of the big tent, and we chased him down. And it turns out he just had a crate of robes. And then we went back to the big tent, and it was completely ransacked. Everything was gone. And we found the little shard of the thing they were trying to break off. It was super bright, and we identified it. Didn't tell us much. And then...
Everyone was disappeared.
Everyone was gone. Have you seen the Jimmy Neutron movie? Okay, in Jimmy Neutron, the parents all disappear. No, okay, it was like that. Age. Where it's like everything's just
Emily. Only
what?
90s kids remember.
I
Well,
remember.
I think the funniest thing is after when we had done that whole thing where we were investigating the area of the Lorekeepers, and they kept saying, like, have you checked your local Lorekeeper station? And, like, that poor guy with the cart.
We looked, the
Have you
poor
checked
page
it?
boy was like, have you checked your local Lorekeeper station?
I was dying laughing.
That's right. And that's the end of the episode. Ta-da. You're welcome.
Correct. That was a long walk for a short drink of water. But yeah, that's just
Oh, shit.
Trying to include everything.
Emily, if they wanted a full recap, they could just listen to the episode. Come on.
Wow, that's so mean.
I'm joking, of course. You did a great job. So to remind everyone as to what everyone's or what the main quest is, we have Jordan is playing Agamir, the half-orc rogue. Emily is playing Drusilla, the Eladrin Grave Domain cleric / warlock. Nicole is playing Scarlet, the tiefling fighter, who is a mantle, which are the guards
Of the copper variety.
of the copper variety. She is a copper mantle. And then Justin is playing Safina, the halfling artificer. So they have been on this quest that they were sent on by Tasvig Duvet, who is the Consul of Fellows. He is the most important elected official of that borough, one of the 12 in the city continent they are currently on, called Alari. He believes that there is a traitor in his ranks of golden mantles, of which there are 3, or supposed to be 3. One of them died a few months ago, and Tasvig thinks that it was one of his other golden mantles that had a hand in that murder. So, the party, the village idiots, are trying to figure out if there is a threat from one of these golden mantles, if there isn't. In their quest, they are trying to get in good with Sakoba Volnai, who is one of the golden mantles, and she tasked them with basically monitoring a shade pocket, which is when the world goes all dark for a little while and horrible creatures start wreaking havoc, and then everything goes back to normal. But the last shade pocket they were in was a little abnormal in that it was 12 hours long, and they saw this weird shade creature, and it had a shining bright face, or something was shining bright in it and on its body. And the Lorekeepers had that, what we assume is a piece of that shining brightness, and we're trying to figure out what that is. So I think that about covers kind of the main quest.
Wow, Nathan, they don't need a play-by-play.
I was going to say, pot calling the kettle black much?
So you all are standing in the middle of the abandoned Lorekeeper tent at the forward camp of the Shade Pocket. It is now a day and a half or so after the Shade Pocket ended, and it has been ransacked and it is completely empty.
Can I roll investigation?
Sure.
No.
I think we know what happened.
No, but I mean, like, to see if there's any sort of
Please roll it. I was
clues,
just making a joke.
clues or a trail to follow. Also, I want to yell at Kelvin because, like, was he sleeping? Because he was literally out in front of this fucking tent. I was in the back of it.
He did it on purpose. Kelvin sucks.
17. Do I have any plus to investigation? I do. 18.
So what specifically are you investigating?
I guess just the general area for, like, any clues besides this weird piece of the creature that we found.
Okay, so with your investigation, looking around with your detective skills, you can see that they loaded up all of the instrumentation and magical devices. It looked like they packed up all of the important stuff and left what they considered to be unimportant. You can see that there is a set of tracks that go out the back of the tent, and there's a big rip in the back of the tent.
I was there.
That's where the Lorekeeper page ran through, though, isn't it?
No, the Lorekeeper page ran through the front. I was in the back keeping watch. How did I miss them?
You were in the back keeping watch, and then you were the one who ran to the front and tackled the page,
You
correct?
did.
Oh, motherfucker, I'm dumb. I mean, it's on brand, but
It's all fine. You left your post.
God, fuck my life.
Well, first things first. Since last episode, I was thinking that I'm holding this bright shard of light that's coin-sized in my bare hands, so I would like to not hold it in my bare hands. I'd like to take out my my handkerchief and kind of fold it up into it.
Okay. And where would you like to stash it in this handkerchief?
In the handkerchief or on me?
On your person.
In my front lapel.
Okay.
So I'm going to obviously announce, hey guys, I found tracks and they lead this way. We should go this way.
Oi, I told y'all we should have just stolen that thing, right?
Listen, we don't need this right now.
We wouldn't be in this situation if we just come in here and stole it, confiscated it.
God, shut up, Kelvin. We wouldn't be in this situation if you had done your job and stopped someone.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't disagree, but...
Does Agamir see any money lying around on the ground?
Oh, now you decide to be a rogue? Now?
I'm not sure what else to do, so I'm falling back on it, yeah.
Roll an investigation or a perception for me, Agamir.
Roll a perception.
Perception or investigation, whichever you'd prefer.
All right. Either way, that's going to be a solid 7.
Mhm.
You see something shiny on the ground, and you think that it's a piece of silver, and you pick it up, and it's just like a pewter spoon.
Lame. Toss it over my shoulder and turn back to the conversation.
So, how long since Sokovia told the Mantles to spread the word about the lockdown has it been since till now?
It's been a few hours, maybe 2 hours or so.
Good. So they might have the checkpoint set up. Let's follow the tracks. They might not be able to get out of the city if they did what we wanted them to do.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we're going to follow the tracks. Let's do that.
Are there any horses around?
What does that matter?
We can all hop on horseback and chase them. And it would be so cinematic.
It would be. Are there any horses? Are there any donkeys?
Ride
Very
on
large chickens.
I need a pony, please. Thank you.
There are a few horses nearby. The Lorekeepers had a small stable set up. They're more like draft horses. They're not riding horses. They're for carting around the books and scrolls. And
Would we go faster on them than by foot?
probably not.
Okay. Let's not do that.
Let's go after them.
Yeah. Agamir kind of pipes up. He's like, I'm with Scar. Kelvin, now's not the time. And I just start walking towards
Yes.
towards the rift.
Shut up, Kelvin. Sprint.
Let's go.
Okay, someone roll me a...
We say Agamir just starts Naruto running after them.
Justin didn't know what that was until yesterday.
Oh, buddy.
But when it was explained, have you seen it?
Yes. No, I know what it is now. I've never seen Naruto myself, but I've seen the run, and I understand what it is.
He just didn't know that was what that was. That was the word for
Yeah, I
it.
didn't know that's where it's from.
All right, I need someone to roll me a investigation. If anyone is proficient with vehicles, now's the time.
I am.
That's a nat 20.
I am. I'm proficient with all vehicles.
I'm good with water vehicles. That's all.
If you took the soldier background, you are proficient with land vehicles.
Yeah, that's what I am. Land vehicles.
Yep. So you can make your investigation roll and add your proficiency bonus to it as well,
Y'all.
if you can't add it already.
I rolled a 15 for investigation.
I don't think anyone heard me.
No, I heard you.
Are you proficient in vehicles, though, Justin?
I rolled a nat 20. What does it matter?
Yeah, I know you did, but we need to see how Scar did to see if she fails miserably and is shown up by the halfling girl.
Okay.
Listen.
Crit yourself.
No, I got a 4. I did not crit myself.
Four.
Scar looks down at the tracks and she rubs, or she runs her fingers through one of the ruts and smells it. And she says, "They went that way." And she points in a direction that's completely opposite to where the tracks lead. And Saf comes up and takes Scar's hand and pulls it in the direction that they did go.
Wow.
I love it.
Oh, fucking A.
So they went off to the tracks lead up to the northeast, which, based on your knowledge of the district or the borough, is the direction of the closest exit of the borough.
Uh-oh.
What?
He's saying that the closest way to get out of the city is the way that they're going.
Yes.
Okay.
Would that lead them into Addis Bounty, where we are on the map right now?
So the way that they are going, it would lead them to either Gizmo Borough or to the Veiled City.
Where's the Lorekeeper, mass headquarters? That's in Ilar's birth, right?
No, it's past Gizmo Burrow, past Lux, and it's centered in Lux.
Gotcha. Just making sure. I'm wondering if that's where they're headed is what I'm wondering.
Oh, well, could be. Once they get out of the city, though, they could go anywhere, so.
If they can get out of the city.
Yeah, let's say if and be hopeful that we catch those fuckers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like being bamboozled.
If they're heading towards the Veiled City, is it reasonable to assume that Sokoba has contacts there, since she's from there?
That's racist.
Oh my god.
What?
Just because she's a deep elf doesn't mean that she knows other deep elves, Agamir.
That's where she was from, I think, right? She, transferred? I don't know.
Yeah, you can ask her.
But that's like a normal person thing.
That's just a normal person thing.
Okay, anyway, so can we follow these assholes, please?
Yeah, Agamir, did you want to ask Sokoba if she has any contacts in the Veiled City?
Okay, I'll turn to Sokoba and just be like, "Hey, this road leads to the Veiled City, right? Or this road could lead to the Veiled City, right?"
That's correct. Yeah, it's probably the closest point of exit from Fellows.
If we end up needing to pass through the checkpoint on this pursuit, do you still know anyone in that borough?
Yes, I know. I have family in the Veiled City.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we might need to crash on their couch. We'll see.
Okay, great. Text them. Let them know we'll be there.
You might not find their couches so comfortable.
That's good to know. That's all I need for now, Sokoba. Thanks.
So, do you think that we should take the page's advice and maybe check out our local archive station?
No. Let's follow them.
Watch that at the very end of this whole thing. We found out if we had just gone to our local Lorekeeper station, that's where everything was. And this is Nathan's way of trying to get us to go there.
No.
I don't care what y'all do.
Or we could send them there and we go after.
No, I was kidding. I don't want to go to the local Lorekeeper station. I want to run after these people. Let's follow these tracks.
We'll send Sokoba and Kelvin there.
Just Kelvin.
Yeah.
You go.
I'm following the tracks.
Okay. Someone roll me another investigation to make sure that you are still following the way. Remember, this is a city. It's heavily trafficked.
15.
14.
12.
Who had the highest?
Me, 15.
15? Okay, you continue along the central route, and then you lose the sight of the tracks.
No. What's in my immediate area?
There's some vendors. There's a bunch of people just walking around. It's, it's the central route, so it's a bustling city street. A lot of activity.
I'm going to go to the closest vendor to the actual road that would have seen people traveling up the road. And I'm going to say, "Hey, did you see a bunch of Lorekeepers come this way?"
Hello. It's a dwarf. Hello, my name is Yakreek. Welcome to Yakreek's Meats.
Don't have time for this. I need to know if you saw any Lorekeepers.
No, what do you mean? What's a Lorekeeper look like? No one bought anything from me today.
Like a hunky librarian.
What? Hunky? Oh, yeah, I saw a bunch of hunky librarians. They run that way. He points up the central route.
Up the central route?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Bye.
You sure you don't want it?
No, bye.
Bye.
No, me right now, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Agamir looks over his shoulder wistfully. I was hungry.
They probably had jerky there.
Okay, we keep going.
Yeah, so you continue along the central route. You pass a lot more people. You get to a fork in the road, and it branches off to the north and to the east. The north heads into the Veiled City and up to Gizmoboro. To the east, it goes towards the Circle of All.
16 for investigation to see if I can finding tracks or anything. A broken twig. I don't know.
You do not see anything that would give you one direction or another.
Fuck.
However, Saf feels something in her lapel pocket.
It's calling out for the rest of its body.
Why is my boob vibrating?
She says to the party.
It seems to... It's like it's almost hot, but it doesn't burn you. And it gets hotter when you go towards the northern route.
Ooh, Veiled City.
My boob says north.
Oh my
I have ESPN.
I was just gonna say Mean Girls. She doesn't even go here. Okay, let's go. Follow the boob.
The path to the north gets a little wider as you get closer to the Veiled City, and it's starting to get darker as well. Your trek leads you, halfway through Fellows. It's a long distance. It's many miles that you all are traveling, so you're starting to get a little tired
No.
as you're getting closer to the Veiled City.
I need a Red Bull, guys.
Should have grabbed that meat while we could.
That's what I always say.
Does it grab that meat?
Oh, God.
Set him up and knock him out of the park.
If you all would like to continue, you can, but I need you all to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no, we'll be exhausted.
No, but I feel like we have to. We're in hot pursuit. We don't want to give them any more ground.
We should be able to roll with advantage because we have a whole shitload of adrenaline probably right now, right?
It's been a few miles. I think the adrenaline would have run off.
It's been 3 or 4 hours at this point.
That's not that bad. We started at 11 o'clock in the morning, didn't we?
If only we had horses.
It was 1 p.m. by the time the chase was on, because remember, you were trying to fool all of them into thinking that you cared.
Is there anyone else on this road? Can we commandeer a carriage, as we've done it before?
There is a carriage nearby.
God.
Cool. So who is in it? Is anyone in it, or is it empty?
It's a pumpkin merchant. No, it's yeah. There's someone in it.
Okay.
There's an elven woman in it.
Okay. I go up and I guess should I do this or should Scar do it? You're the copper mantle.
You have an honor badge.
Isn't that something they give you at the fire station to kids?
No, you have the honor. I'd say you have the honor guard badge. You have authority, man.
All right. I go up to the door, I guess, and I'm like, "Excuse me, I am with the honor guard," and I show the badge, and I'm like, "I need to commandeer this carriage."
I'm sorry. What? Who?
I am with the honor guard that watches over the golden mantles, and I am here to confiscate this cart. We will return it.
Confiscate? I haven't done anything wrong. What are you talking about?
It's nothing to do with you. I just need to borrow it.
I'm going to come up with my mantle.
Oh, should you really? Or
yeah.
Now you decide to intervene.
I thought you could handle this.
What part of my weird Dririan's existence made you think that I was the correct one to walk up to somebody and try to steal their cart?
So I'm going to come up behind her and, me with my mantle on and say, in the name of the mantles, we just need to commandeer your vehicle. If you'll write down your name and your location, we will have it brought back to you. Thank you.
She looks around and she sees the 2 golden mantles behind you, and she looks very confused. Says, "Oh, okay." And she writes down her name and address on a piece of parchment and
Cool.
gives it to you, Scar.
Sorry for the abruptness. Have a lovely day. You'll get your cart back as soon as we are done using it. Bye.
Okay. She looks like she's about to cry.
Oh no.
Here's 10 gold for your trouble.
Thanks.
Or do you want to come with us? I don't know. Come on, let's go.
Road trip.
We're adopting an NPC.
Oh God.
You get in the cart and it's full of boxes and boxes of arrows.
Sick. I need those. Let's go.
Okay.
Dope.
So see, we can rest and not lose any ground.
Giddy up.
The horses trudge forward at what would be a brisk jog for you.
That's fine. We just need to rest and not lose any ground.
Does this count as resting? Like, does not moving count as resting?
I think one of us has to be up to steer the thing, but the rest of us can be sleeping in the back.
It wouldn't be very comfortable, and it's bumpy, so you wouldn't really get good rest, but you won't be exhausted.
Okay, so I'll sit up front. Steering doesn't take a whole lot of concentration.
All right, shotgun.
There's a road. The horses know to follow the road. This is their thing.
So could I take a short rest? Could I rest for 4 hours is what I'm asking. I am an elf. 4 hours is a full rest for me.
Because of the moving and the jostling of the carriage on the cobblestone road, you would not be able to trance effectively.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You all haven't even done anything that you would need to rest.
Whatever.
You just want to sleep? This is Dungeons and
Yes.
Dragons, not real life RPG.
I just let me sleep.
No, let's just go. We're in the carriage. We're on our way. Let's go.
We're going. We're following.
Things are getting darker.
Things are getting darker. Yeah, it's now past twilight. It is full night now. You are getting closer to the Veiled City. You can see some towers in the distance, and you know that is the gateway into the Veiled City.
I'm going to be really pissed if these Lorekeepers trash their robes so that it wouldn't be noticed as Lorekeepers. And these people at this checkpoint, if there is a checkpoint, because there should be, didn't even bother asking them what their business is. I'm going to be pissed.
You get about 500 feet from the gate, and can someone roll me an investigation again, please? Just one investigation roll. Let's see what you got.
12.
8.
I too got an 8.
11.
Okay. You lose the tracks again.
I thought we didn't have the tracks. I thought we had Safina's boob.
Yeah, you did. So at this point, Safina no longer feels that heat from the shard.
Oh no.
And you can see the checkpoint is set up at the gate.
Are there any splits on the road? Are there any other side streets that take off in either direction?
There are a few side streets that take off to the west and one to the east.
Are there people standing around?
There are the mantles at the checkpoint.
Okay, so that's it.
Yeah.
Well, we can go ask the mantles if they've seen any Lorekeepers.
And if you did, why the fuck didn't you stop them?
So you get up to the checkpoint. You see a few mantles there. Say, hold it right there. We'll be... Oh, Kelvin. Sokoba. Hello. How are you? We're just manning this checkpoint? Yes, you all are doing a fine job. You haven't seen any Lorekeepers, have you? Well, We had to stop a few wagons, but they weren't Lorekeepers. They were just mages and wizards passing through. No, we haven't seen any Lorekeepers. Not at this checkpoint.
6 foot tall elf. How many of them did you see today?
What?
6 foot tall elf. You see any?
I ain't seen no elves today. Not besides that one there. He points at Drew.
She takes a step back. Don't like that. Don't point at me.
So does that mean that they didn't come through the checkpoint? Because that's really annoying.
They may not have. They could have gone on one of the other streets.
Yeah, they may have seen the checkpoint and then gone down one of the other roads.
We can see if Saf gets another ESPN moment.
Roll for ESPN.
I walk in one direction and hold my chest out.
There's a 70% chance that it's already raining.
The mantles at the checkpoint look at you like you're a little daft.
Don't judge me, mental.
And nothing happens. You don't feel anything.
Were there anyone standing by any of the roads?
There's a few people around, but because it's nighttime now, most people have left the streets.
Are the streets lit by anything?
There are some torches around. There are some magical lights, continual flames and all that. And at the gate itself, it is the most lit.
Is lit at the gate.
Is lit.
Should we leave the cart with these mantles for when they go back into Fellows and give them the address and continue on foot? Or I don't know what you guys think we should do.
We could roll another investigation or perception.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try that. Yes! Not 20 for investigation, bitches. Fuck it, finally.
Okay. So you're walking around, you're kind of forlorn, don't really know what to do. It looks like the trail's run cold, and you stumble upon something that's on the ground, and it's a little shiny. Upon closer inspection, you see that there is some very bright dust in the ground, and some tracks that lead off one of the side streets to the west.
I relay that information, and we follow that trail.
Okay.
Still in the carriage.
Do we need the carriage at this point?
If we start walking again, will we be in danger of getting exhausted, or are we cool to keep walking?
You should be okay.
Okay, so we can drop the carriage off with these mantles and be like, get this back to this person.
Yeah. As much as I would love to get into the logistics and bureaucracy of returning this carriage to the poor Fletcher that you stole it from.
Yes.
Yeah, you can just leave it with them.
Cool.
Okay. Don't leave the checkpoint, though. We still want the checkpoint up for now.
Yes. So, you are walking along the road as Saf gets closer to the glowing dust in the ground. It shoots up and starts floating in the air around her pocket.
What the fuck?
And it starts to kind of oscillate with its brightness. Kind of.
Take that thing out of your pocket.
See if it absorbs.
Yeah, see if it all goes back together.
And then it's like a flashlight.
All right, so I pull it out of my pocket and I unravel the handkerchief.
Okay, you unravel the handkerchief, and all of the shards of dust are drawn towards the shard as if it's a magnet.
Dope. Keep that out and just keep collecting dust.
By the end, we'll have our own.
It's like a Hoover. Let's go.
I hold it out in front of me as I walk forward.
Okay, another few pieces of dust come up off the ground and shoot into the shard. As each one of the pieces of dust hits it, you see a little tiny flash of light. And makes this light is blinding, but it flashes even brighter than that blinding light for a second.
So we keep following that trail.
Is that what you all would like to do?
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Okay. You follow the trail, and it leads you off into this side street, quite a ways away from the checkpoint, but still close enough that you can see the edge of Fellows and the Veiled City. The Veiled City is surrounded by fairly high walls, and the only points of ingress are 5 roads that are each guarded by copper mantles and checkpoints. So the path leads you down this street, and you find yourselves in front of a building.
And the dust goes into the building, right?
No, the dust stops entering the shard as you step in front of this building.
What does the building look like?
The building is fairly tall. It looks to be made out of some sort of quartz. It's fairly ornate for the area that it's in. And outside you see a board with postings on it.
This is the local Lorekeeper station.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Is it?
Wow.
Over the building it says, Archives Station for Order of the Loom, Fellows, Precinct 10.
For Fruit of the Loom? What? Order of the Loom.
It's one of the districts within the Borough of Fellows.
These morons went to their own archive station.
We're about to find out.
What a dumb place to hide.
I kick down the door. No, just kidding. I don't do that. I walk through the door.
You tried the door and it is locked.
I kick down the
Break it
door.
down.
Whoa. I am a rogue, although...
Did you buy new thieves' tools?
Yes, I got him new thieves tools.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, pick the lock, bro.
I just add my proficiency.
Correct.
8.
Oh, my Lord.
8?
8.
You fail to unlock the door.
I break down the door.
I get all frustrated and huffy. Step away. Look at Saf. My face falls. And I just gesture towards the door.
No.
I reach up and I pat him on the back. It's okay.
You're tired.
I sulk against the side of the building.
It's been a long day.
My hands are shaky. I haven't eaten.
I should have gotten that jerky.
You have
Regretting
rations.
decision.
Don't we have rations?
Yeah.
I pull out a piece of jerky from my pocket and I give it to Agamir.
Where'd you get that?
I eat a biscuit too.
Eat it. You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Hungry? Grab a Snackers.
All right. Safina, are you going to open the door or am I smashing this thing? Please let me smash it.
Scar smash.
Yes.
I'll open the door. Let me try anyway.
It's been a while since we've done battle. I'd like to hit something, please.
It's a far cry from when we were in the shade pocket and Nicole was like, please don't. I'm done fighting. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, that was horrible. This is normal.
I got a 14.
Okay, you feel your thieves' tools, your set of thieves' tools. You're in there with the lock, and you hear it catch, and then it clicks open. So you unlock the door.
Nice.
Yeah.
You try to push the door open, and it does not open.
Oh.
Excuse me.
Well, is it a pull?
Is it long?
You try pulling and pushing, and neither one works.
Okay. Listen, it's important.
No, but for real, though.
He said push. And I'm like, oh.
All right, time for Scar. Let's go.
What are you going to try, Scar?
I'm going to... I rolled a 17, and I'm going to use a strength check, I guess,
Okay.
to, like, ram the door, maybe? Or, like, just, like, kind of do the old, like, give it the shoulder thing?
Give it the old shoulder.
I don't know. So 17 plus 3 is an unnatural 20 for strength.
Okay. You run full force at the door and put all your shoulder into it.
Ooh.
All your old shoulder. And the door kind of buckles a bit. It's 2 doors. The lock was on one of the sides. So the doors kind of buckle. And you can see in the space between the doors that it looks like it's been barred shut. So you do manage to splinter the bar a little bit. It's a wooden beam, but you fail to get all the way in.
All right, it's time for my hand axes. Excuse
I was
me.
like, who's got an axe?
I got 2. All right, so that's a 16 to hit with my hand axe.
Okay.
Hit the door.
You're hitting the door or the beam?
the beam, because I can get the axe into it. How much I've opened it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You hit it. It's a stationary beam. So roll for damage.
7. Oh, plus 2, 9.
Okay. You hack at the door you hack at the beam and you manage to break through the beam.
Yeah.
And with one final shove, you push the door open. And you have been granted access to this local archive station.
And I'm holding my axe and I say, "You're stunning."
No one gets the reference. No one's seen The Shining.
What?
You mean the shinin? You want to get sued?
The Shining.
The shinin.
That's right, the shinning.
Yeah, you are in the archive station now, and it is empty. You do not see anyone.
They're hiding. Split up.
Bad idea.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
Pairs of 2. There's 6 of us. We could each go in directions. Right? Isn't there 6 of us?
There are.
There is 6 of us. It's just generally splitting the party is the thing you're not supposed to do.
Nah, go for it. I love it.
I mean, this place can't be that big, right? It can't be that large, so we'd be able to, like, check rooms all at the same time, but still keep within sight of each other, right? We're not in, like, a mansion.
That's up to Nathan.
It's not a mansion, but it's a pretty large building. About 10 feet away from you is what looks to be the kiosk where the Lorekeeper would check you in and everything. Off to your right and left, there are bookshelves and scroll shelves. Behind that check-in kiosk are a bunch of tables that you assume one would use to read. There are those tables, there are 5 of them, are flanked by staircases on either side.
Okay.
Does the shard feel hot?
Yes, it does.
Is it collecting any more dust?
No, not at the moment.
Do we hear anything coming from any specific direction?
Roll a perception for me.
Yeah, don't you have, like, hella high passive perception or some shit like that?
14 is my passive perception.
Yeah. Mine's, like, 10.
16.
You do not hear anything.
Is there a basement?
You wouldn't know that.
We have to explore. we haven't super decided how we're going to do that because I don't think we should split the party. I think that sounds like a bad idea.
Jinkies.
Jinkies. If, at the very least, it's 3-on-3.
Do the staircases lead up to the same spot, just they're on either side? I don't understand.
From what you can tell, it looks like there is a balcony. There's an upstairs, and both staircases lead to this balcony that encircles this main room. On the back wall, you also see 2 doors that are behind the staircases, and there are more check-in kiosks on either side.
All right, let's go explore that area, I guess.
Yeah, we can stay on this floor for now.
Are these bookcases leaning up against, like, the wall that would go outside? Like, there's nowhere the way they can be, like, a secret book to, like, pull and it opens into a trapdoor kind of scenario?
No, they're all in the middle of the room.
Oh, okay.
So they're freestanding. Imagine, a library with the shelves are all
gotcha.
nice and put together.
So let's go towards the back room where the stairs and the doors and shit are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You head towards the back. Are you being cautious, careful, stealthy?
I don't know how stealthy we can be if we just broke down the door. I think they know we're here.
Yeah, I got my weapons out for sure.
Okay.
I'm being stealthy.
Okay.
Agamir don't know any other way.
Roll me a stealth, Agamir.
I would like to be stealthy too, actually.
Okay. Let's see that stealth, Saf and Aggie.
Me and Drew just don't give a shit at this point.
No.
Well, my stealth is 7. I guess I'm still shaky.
Mine is 19.
Agamir has just tripped over a bench on the way back, and it goes, like benches do.
Like benches and kicked dogs do. What was that noise?
As it's
Like a scraping bench, yeah. I get it.
You haven't heard enough benches being scraped around, Emily, I guess.
God.
And then Saf is being real sneaky. She's like hiding under the staircase. You all kind of forgot where she went. or where she was.
Okay.
So you get towards the back, along the wall, hidden behind the staircase, you find an abandoned cart that looks out of place.
Search the cart.
It's a mimic.
Oh my god, right?
It's a trap is what it is.
It's a trap.
I rolled a 13 to investigate.
Okay, you get real close to that cart, and it looks like there's some shining dust in the bottom of it, underneath some blankets.
Hold the thing up to it.
Safina, where'd Safina go?
Where's Safina go? Where is she?
You hear the thunder cannon cock and somewhere in the darkness.
Where's Safina? There she is. We hear the gun cock and we're like, there she is.
Hey, little one, get over here with that rock thing.
I pop my head up and I'm like, I think we found our mark, everyone. And I hold up a handful of the dust.
Yeah, the dust shoots towards the shard that Sap is holding up.
In the dark.
In the darkness.
So I come out of the darkness and hold the stone.
So the dust all goes towards the shard, and it, does its little flashy light show.
How big is this shard now? It was like coin size, but with collecting all the dust, how is it now?
It maybe gained 50% more mass.
Oh. So it went from like a quarter to like a $50.
Yeah.
Now, is this piece, the dust that's attracted to it, can I rub it off, or is it now part of the shard?
It feels solid, and it doesn't feel like there's dust on it, so it seems to you that it's becoming whole as that.
That's crazy. Just saying. Is there anything other than the dust in the blankets in the cart and or a trail of that stuff?
Not that you were asking for more dust.
Or like, is there like any indication where is this cart in terms of the doors and the stairs and shit?
It is behind the staircase, and it's kind of tucked away in a corner, as if it was hastily hidden.
Doors? Check doors before we go upstairs, I guess.
What's the layout of the room, though? How big is it, and how many doors are there that people can be behind to attack us with?
There are 2 doors along the back wall. There are the doors that you busted in at the front. There are the 2 staircases and a balcony that encircles the whole upper floor. You don't know what's up on the upper floor yet.
I'm going to try one of the back doors. I'm going to just try and see if it's just to tell if it's locked.
Okay, you have to hop over the kiosk. It looks like they monitor who can go into these doors.
Wait, it's like you mean like those spinny wheels when you try to get on the train in New York?
No, it's...
I could not have sounded like I didn't know what New York was. If
You
I
mean
had
a
tried.
turnstile?
It's a turnstile.
Turnstile was the word I was looking for.
No, it's more of a bar counter door where it kind of swings up and they allow entry. You try the door and it is locked.
Redemption.
Redemption round.
Round 2, you can do it. We're all like hyping you up. We got signs.
I kind of pull out my thieves' tools.
Kelvin's holding up a defense sign.
It's just a D and a fence.
All right, 19 to pick the lock.
Yeah.
Ah, the crowd goes fucking wild.
You take your thieves' tools out, and it's as if the door was never locked to begin with. You said deftly unlock it. It's just... and it's unlocked.
Oh, he said it's as if the door was never locked. Okay. It's very confused.
Nice. All right.
What about the other one?
It's a similar setup on the other side, so...
Sword in hand, I kind of swing the door open.
Okay.
I push it.
I push it.
You open the door, it's very dark in there.
I have dark vision.
It's very dark in there, but your dark vision allows you to see that there are...
Let me amend my statement.
There are some larger bookshelves in here and a few tables and chairs to sit in.
Okay, can I roll a quick perception?
Please do.
Unnatural 20. Okay, so 21.
Okay. Are you roaming around or are you just looking from the doorway?
I took one step into the room.
And you were rolling an investigation?
That was perception.
Perception. Okay. You don't perceive anything other than I told you.
Should have been investigation.
Dang it.
Can I check the other room while he's doing this?
You can certainly try.
I hate that answer so much.
I go to the door.
Okay. You hop over the kiosk and you try the door, and it is locked.
Safina, come here.
Oh. I didn't realize there were two, so it's two separate doors. I thought it was one set of double doors.
No, it's two separate doors. One behind each staircase. Yeah, the room you were looking in looks about half as wide as the great room that you were in with staircases.
That is an unnatural 20.
Safina, much like Agamir, handles that lock as if it was not unlocked and opens it up. And this room is very dark.
I have dark vision.
But Scar can see into it.
I have dark vision.
Drew can also see into it. And they can see there are more bookshelves in here. These bookshelves are chained up.
Oh, it's the restricted room.
It's the restriction section.
Yes.
Nicole got so weirdly excited she couldn't get the words out of her mouth.
I can't talk.
By the way, I do have Goggles of Night, which gives me dark vision up to 60 feet.
So everyone can see into this room.
Everyone can see.
Calvin probably can't because he's a human, right?
Correct.
Fuck Calvin.
So, but all of us except for Kevin can see. Kelvin can see into
No, call him
it.
Kevin. He deserves it.
Kelvin is laying on one of the tables, throwing a jar of ink up in the air and catching it and then throwing it again and then catching it and throwing it again.
Useless piece of shit.
He seems bored.
He's such garbage.
Roll me an investigation, Scar.
Teen.
You look at the bookcases. This does seem to be a restricted section, so to speak. There are tomes on arcane lore. There are more tables here, though not as many as in the other room. It looks like this is a section that is dedicated for researching forbidden knowledge, or knowledge that isn't as, how to put this, more sensitive topics that the general public wouldn't really want to be looking at.
The banned books.
Yes, banned books. Restricted section.
Is that all I see?
Well, unless you're going to try and open some of these bookshelves. But it looks to be mostly book storage.
All right, I'm going to go into the other room with Aggie.
Okay.
And what did you say he saw? Just like bookshelves and tables and stuff?
Yeah, bookshelves, tables. There's more tables in this room. Can I have you both roll an investigation?
14.
I correct myself.
Agamir finds the only picture book and he's flipping through it.
One day we'll get you dice that work.
One day, but it's not this day.
It's not this day.
So Scar looks through the bookshelves. These aren't barred up or anything. It's heavy on the magic side of things, so she doesn't really understand exactly what it is. But this looks to be more of the high level, the college level books.
Why am I looking at the books? I don't care about books. I'm looking for like trap doors and shit.
Okay.
Pulling them out to see if any of them make a door spin around.
Not necessarily. It's more just like, is there like
all the books.
a shelf that I can move that shows the door underneath, or like a table, or I don't know.
These shelves are all in the middle of the room, just like for the main hall. So there are no shelves along the walls. The tables are set up along the walls, though.
I meant like the thing itself. Can I like push one to like see if there's a door underneath? I don't know. Does it look like there's a trap door of any kind whatsoever in this room? Is more what I'm asking.
The shelves look very large and very heavy, and they don't look like they can move.
Okay. What about the tables?
The tables are smaller and probably could be moved. However, you can see underneath them because of their spindly legs.
Yes. And do I see anything?
Under the spindly legs?
Yeah.
What did you roll?
14.
A 14? You do not see anything.
I hate that he asked you what you rolled first. I hate it. It makes me mad because he probably did it for no reason. But it makes me be like, oh, well, maybe if you had rolled higher, you would have seen something.
I know, but 14's kind of high, maybe. Well, I guess we're going upstairs, guys.
Guess we are.
I gingerly place my picture book back where it was and just join Scar on the trek to the staircase.
Okay. So there's a staircase on the left and a staircase on the right. Which one would you all like to go up?
And 3 and 3 go
Doesn't
up
seem
either
like
side.
it matters. They both lead to the same balcony, right?
It's true.
Yeah, but I like the 3 and 3 idea.
Calvin, get off the table. Let's go upstairs. We might be able to.
Get off the table.
We might be able to fight people up on the table, or not. I mean, upstairs, off the table.
Well, we haven't seen anyone yet, so
You can lay on a table upstairs.
Yeah.
I think I'll just stay here.
I just catch her. I'm like, "You're coming with us, buddy. Come on."
I don't think that's any way to be talking to a golden mantle now, huh?
Oh, no.
You're part of my honor guard, but that don't mean I gotta like you, huh?
That's all well and good, but they're definitely not down here, so they're definitely going to be upstairs. Let's go.
I look at Sokoba and I'm like, do you have any pull in this situation here?
Technically, we're equals, so
We're assigned to protect you. I'm not leaving you behind.
I march up to Kelvin, and I shout, "Get your butt up! What would the consul say if he saw you doing this?"
I don't rightly know. But, Consul's not here, so I'm just gonna lay here. You all have fun investigating.
Pull out the sending stone. Tell on.
No.
Tattle.
No.
He can't know we have
Tattle.
those.
He can't know we have that.
Right there. Just hold it up and be like, I'm going to tell him right now. I'm going to tell Dad. I'm going to call him. I'm going to call Dad, and I'm going to tell him that you are not playing.
All right. Well, someone's got to stay with him, though, because I don't trust him.
I don't trust him either. He sucks.
I'll stay with him.
Okay. So I guess 2 by 2 up the stairs.
I'll go with Agamir.
Okay, Agamir and Scar are going up the left or right side?
Left.
We'll go right.
Wow.
We'll go to the right. I just immediately say left because Beyonce.
So Sokoba and I are going up the left side.
Okay. As Agamir and Scar are heading up the right staircase, you see some heavy gashes in the stairs themselves. And in the gashes, there is some shining dust in it.
Like someone was terribly carrying things upstairs.
Yes.
Can I, retroactively have taken that rock from Safina to bring with me?
Sure. Sure.
Makes sense.
So it's collecting dust and it's like a beacon, so.
Yeah. So it starts collecting the dust, and it looks like the big shard was dragged up these stairs.
These Lorekeepers are not very good with artifacts. Isn't this their job? It's like, the archaeologist just took this Tyrannosaurus skull and just drug it through his fucking house, up the stairs, nicked everything on the way, but it looks great hanging on his wall. Like, what?
Yes.
You were trained for this.
So, other than that, the gash in the stairs, you don't really see much else. You get up to the second floor balcony. There are more bookshelves along the wall or the side of the balcony directly above the front entrance. So opposite the way that you are facing. Up on the balcony itself, directly in front of you, you see 2 doors and you see 2 statues.
Statues of what?
They look to be of some sort of Lorekeeper from days long gone.
Okay. Is there any dust possibly on the floor anywhere that's collecting anything? And I'm gonna hold the coin around, size thing around the floor.
So the dust is still collecting, and it looks to be heading towards the door directly in front of you.
Neat.
Follow the shard.
Let's go there.
Okay. So you're at the door. It's only 10 feet away from the edge of the staircase.
I try to open it.
When you place your hand on the handle,
Oh, God.
you hear a grating noise, like stone moving against stone.
Ooh.
And one of the statues turns to look at you, and its eyes light up. And that's where we're going to end.
Oh, nice.
At least I get to fight something now, finally.
Yeah. So I hope that you all had a great time listening. I had a great time DMing, and I hope my players had a great time playing. It is time to name a village idiot, and I am going to name Drew
What?
for being horrible at commandeering a vehicle
Oh, okay.
from a poor merchant just trying to make a living by saying, I need to confiscate this. I'm with the Mantles. What? Why? I didn't do anything, though.
That's valid.
So yeah, thank you all so much for listening. I hope that you had a good time. If you want to talk about it with us, you can find us on social media, right, Nicole?
Yes, you can find us on Twitter at Village Idiot Pod. Talk to us about the episode or check out the awesome memes that Emily shares, polls, contests, things like that we share on Twitter. So yeah, check it out. If you want to talk to any of us personally, you can find me at Nicole the Nerdy.
I'm at JRoma20.
I'm at Neurotic Good.
You can find me at Village Idiots DM.
And you can't find me because I'm probably too busy being terrible at opening locks, getting hungry. So, yep.
He's at locksmith school. We also have a website, villageidiotspodcast.com. We have a ton of cool stuff up there, like the gold count toward buying Agamir his own ship. You can see who's winning or losing with the Village Idiots tally. There's fun facts about the world of Lanamora and artwork, and a link to our Patreon.
Speaking of Patreon, want to hear more from your favorite idiots? Well, you're in luck because we've officially launched our Patreon. For just a couple bucks a month, you'll have exclusive access to some DM insights with Nathan in Behind the Screens, listen to Nicole and I BS and What's What with Dilly and Dally, and even a mini prequel campaign set in the world of Lanamora.
But if a subscription to our Patreon is too much of a commitment for you, we'd love if you could leave us a quick review on iTunes. If you enjoy the show, tell your friends about us. New episodes come out every Tuesday, so stay tuned. And speaking of reviews, I wanted to give a shout out to one of our awesome fans that left an equally awesome review about us, Hyrule Daydream. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We enjoyed that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool name, cool review. You're cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
So if you want to hear your name shouted out on the podcast, leave a review.
We'll judge your name.
Stay tuned at the end of the year for our ranking of the best names for our reviews. I said it, now we have to do it.
Yeah, I like it.
I like
Name
it.
competition.
So yeah, we're going to make it a competition. But in truth, we really do appreciate all those ratings and reviews. It helps us out a lot, and it helps to get others to listen to the podcast. So, from all of us, the Village Idiots, thanks for listening. I hope you tune in next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.